Nebraska's defensive line is one of the best in college football. Of course, headlined by Ty Robinson, Nash Hutmacher, and Jamari Butler. But there's a dynamic duo for the Black Shirts that nobody is talking about, and they're about to take over the college football world. That is true sophomores Cameron Lenhard and Princewill Umanmielen. So in today's video, I'm going to break down who these guys are, what they bring to the table, what I expect from them in 2024, and why I believe their future first round NFL draft pick. So really quick, before we dive into it, make sure to hit that like button if you're excited about watching this Nebraska defense. I know I am. And hey, please subscribe to the channel. I post a video about Nebraska football and Nebraska recruiting every single day, and we have a die-hard family of over 4,000 Nebraska fans. So if you're a fan of this program and you enjoy daily content about your favorite team, please hit that subscribe button. It would help me out greatly. But without further ado, let's get into it. Talking about this Black Shirt defense, specifically a dynamic duo in the trenches, Cameron Lenhard and Princewill Umanmielen. I mean, man, these guys are the real deal. Of course, both four-star prospects in 2023. And let's just start off with Cameron Lenhard. Of course, he's coming out of IMG Academy, and he burst onto the scene for Nebraska last year. He played in every single game besides two due to injury. He started game one against Minnesota, and he was one of the only Nebraska defensive linemen in the modern era to start multiple games as a true freshman. Last year, he had 16 tackles and 5 tackles for loss and 3 sacks. And because of that, he earned freshman All-American honors from College Football Network. And yeah, I mean, he can do it all for this Nebraska Black Shirt defense. He's listed at 6'3", 250 pounds. The second he got on campus last fall, he was built for Power 5 football. That's a rarity nowadays. And really what he does for this Black Shirt defense is he's great at getting off blocks in the running game, getting to the running back. Again, he has a nice quick swim move to really disrupt things. But not only is he developed as a rush attacker, but he can get to the quarterback. One of the best pass rushers for Nebraska in a long time. Of course, he had 3 sacks last year, and his mix of speed and height make him deadly. And for that reason, man, he's bound to take a jump for Nebraska. But one thing I love about Cameron Lenhard is that when Matt Rhule talks about leaders on this Black Shirt defense, or even on this team in general, Lenhard is one of the first guys he mentions every single time. He's probably going to be a captain for this team and maybe even be in contention for a single digit. So again, I love Cameron Lenhard. We'll get to my predictions for his season at the end, but let's go to his partner in crime, fellow true sophomore, Princewill Umanmielen. So Cameron Lenhard plays D-end. Umanmielen plays Jack, which is that hybrid linebacker, more of a true pass rusher. And Umanmielen's one of the best pass rushers we've seen, period, for Nebraska in a very long time. Again, like Cameron, he played in 11 games last year, which is unheard of for a true freshman. He had 22 tackles, 5 TFLs, and 1 sack. And because of that, he was freshman All-American from the athletic and pro football focus. But talking about what Princewill brings to the table, I mean, he's such a developed pass rusher. I compare him a lot to Randy Gregory. He has long arms. He runs about a 4.5 40, which is incredible for a guy of his height and caliber. And not only that, I mean, he has an arsenal of tricks. He has a good swim move, a good bull rush, and he just has a knack for finding the quarterback and finding the running back. So again, both of those guys, they're basically a yin and a yang. We have Cameron Lenhard on one side, who's a Big Ten linebacker, Big Ten defensive lineman who just has a knack for getting the running back and making a play. And then on the other side, you have Princewill, who's lanky, who plays linebacker and is just a true pass rusher. And man, I mean, is he speedy? So for that reason, they're one of the best duos in all of college football. I expect both of them to start throughout the season. But what do I expect when it comes to their statistics? Well, starting off with Cameron Lenhard, I expect him to start this year for Nebraska on the defensive line alongside Nash and Ty Robinson. For that reason, he's going to have about 40 tackles, 6 sacks, and a handful of TFLs. And I mean, this is going to be a real big prove-it year for Cameron Lenhard. And talking about Princewill, I believe he's going to start at Jack alongside Jamari Butler, and he's going to get up to about 5 sacks and 30 tackles. And going into 2025, both of those guys are going to be not only unquestioned starters in this Black Shirt defense, but I expect them to be one of the most talked about duos in all of college football, and they're going to prove that they should be future NFL draft picks. We know they have that potential. So, man, I love those two. We haven't seen Nebraska defensive linemen with their potential, with their skill set in a very long time, and they're going to prove it this fall. So let me know down below, are you excited about this duo for Nebraska? And hey, if you made this far in the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rhule, and see you in the next one.